I don't know about you, but March has been a month, and I'm frankly quite ready for it to be over. And now we are going to have some wine. If you've been wondering where I've been and why I haven't been making very many videos this month, it's because things have been a little bit crazy. Now, you may know that Grandma fell back in January. She didn't get out of bed for almost 4 weeks, and then she finally agreed to go to the hospital in February, where she spent 5 days before being released to a skilled nursing facility. So she celebrated her 100th birthday in the skilled nursing facility, which was super fun, and we're glad that she made it because there were some dicey days back in January where we were really, really worried. And I'm happy to say that she was released on Friday and went to live with my mom in the hill country of Central Texas, which is about 5 hours away. So good news, bad news. She's well enough. She's walking again. She still needs some assistance, but she's doing really, really well. She's a lot stronger. She's even put on a few pounds, but she's not going to be here with me. So that's been kind of difficult to wrap my head around. And I'm really going to miss her. But I know she'll be back to visit soon, so that's always a good thing too. And she is excited about making more videos to share her sewing knowledge with everyone. And I will finally learn how to make mount buttonholes. So I've got my jacket prepped. I'm just waiting for Grandma to feel well enough to come for a visit. She just left, so it'll probably be a few weeks before that happens. But the other thing that's been going on is that we've been packing up her house and moving things out and, putting stuff in storage, moving stuff to my mom's. And it has been a crazy fast process. And we just finished this past weekend. Actually, really this past week, because Grandma was worried about some of her clothes. And I went back to the house to, go through the bags that were going to Goodwill and to pull out some things that I thought she would want. And then also I picked up her sewing machine cabinet, which I had kind of forgotten about because it had been in her bedroom and she'd been using it as a side table. So I definitely wanted that. I have her machine. I need to get it fixed. But once it is, then we'll be able to put it in the cabinet, and that'll be really fun to have that from Grandma. While we were going through the house, I did find some fun sewing related items that I want to share with you today. It's been so crazy that even though I've had the idea to make this video for a while, I haven't even been able to get around to it between work and helping, the house get packed up, helping Anna pack and move and everything else. It's just been crazy busy. So I did find some fun patterns, going through Grandma's stuff in her old sewing stuff. And the funny thing is I think some of these were hers because I think they'll actually fit me. So these are some really funky pants that I like. I am not sure if all of the pieces are in here or not. It looks like they might be. It's just a pants pattern. Lucky for me, it is a size 38 hip, which is my hip. The waist is 28, which might be a little bit snug these days, but I think that I can make that happen with some pattern adjusting. This is another one. This is Vogue Basic Design, also in my size 12, 14, 16. And it's just kind of a classic top. I don't think Grandma ever made this. This one, oh, maybe it was. At least it was cut out. I'm not sure what size, so that remains to be seen. Then we've got this very fabulous skirt and top combo. I'm guessing this is from the 70s, 1974. So this one is a year older than I am, but it's a really cute skirt. It has fun pockets. It looks like on the back, there's some darts in the back. I can't tell if there's gathers in the front or if the pockets are gathered. So it kind of looks like the pockets are gathered. Maybe there are darts underneath. So that is a cute skirt. It says Stibe on it, which is Grandma's mother's maiden name. So I'm not sure if she got this from someone in the family at some point in time, but it looks fun. So it's also my size. The bust is a 36. It's saying it's a size 14, which is generally my sewing pattern size. So glad to find that. This is another fun one. This is Simplicity. This definitely looks like it's very 80s. And let's see what the date is on this one. 81. So I was 6. And it's got this fun jumpsuit. I remember I had a Barbie doll with a similar yellow jumpsuit back in the day with, she had like this overlay kind of sheer rickrack print kind of skirt. Let me know if you had that, Barbie. And it's got a cute little jacket and some pants. It looks like it's very simple with some shoulder darts. And I don't know, kind of, it looks like there's a center back zipper and a waistband. So not too complicated. And it looks like it might be pretty stylish for what's going on these days. We have a See & Sew's another shirt and pants combo. This is not quite as exciting. It's from 2003. So this is a recent pattern. Grandma probably bought this to make it for herself. I might make her some pants because she's lost a lot of weight and none of her pants are fitting. So that might be something to do because she doesn't like super tight elastic waist pants. And she is always complaining about like the small having a waistband that's too tight, but then it's really hard to go in and cut ready to wear clothing where the elastic's been sewn in as part of the whole construction process. So might be easier to make her some. So I'm thinking about that. This is McCall's. This is Palmer and Pletch. It's the perfect pull-on pants. These might actually be the perfect pants for Grandma because she does love some pull-on pants. And these will be the adjusted fit. And added bonus, I am going to the teacher training for Palmer and Pletch next week. I'm super, super excited. It is finally April. And I can't wait to go to Louisville and learn how to do their fit method. It is a 4-day. It's bodice and skirt, so pants are not going to be included in this class, but maybe I'll take the pants class next year to keep up my teacher certification because that's the other part of it. Day 5 is going to be the teacher training, and I'm super excited to get certified and be able to teach the method and share all of that info with you. Super excited. So one other thing I found that I thought was really funny is this was in Grandma's, bags and containers of sewing stuff. And this is one of the first patterns I started sewing with when I launched this channel back in 2021. So I thought this was pretty funny that Grandma at some point bought this pattern. And I don't think, this one hasn't been cut. So I will probably give this one away since I already have it in my size, but it's a really fun wrap skirt pattern. I do have like all the videos to make all the versions, the long one, the short one, and the pocket. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a comment below. We'll probably do a giveaway on this next month. And then one of the other patterns I found is this new look, kind of trapeze dress. It's for wovens. It is not a knit, but it's kind of that boxy 90s look. Or no, it actually might be newer than that because it does have... let's see if there's a date on here. No, but it does have like the Facebook info and Pinterest on the back, which usually means it's a newer pattern. So apparently Grandma liked this one too. It looks like a really comfortable summer dress that would be really easy to sew. So that might get on the list at some point in time. The other thing I found that was kind of really fun, and I found these in some of the pattern boxes I've gotten from Paul's mom, and it's like this mail order pattern. And it's just called reader mail. It doesn't say who made the pattern. It doesn't say that Simplicity or anything, but check out those awesome 80s style lines. Looking really fun. They have the flat drawings on here somewhere. Oh yeah, so here are the pattern pieces. It looks super easy. I love a good batwing sleeve. So that looks like fun. And it looks like it's just, pretty basic. There's a set-in waistband. Oh, no, that might be the collar. So I think you just kind of connect it and then, pop on a chunky 80s belt and going to be good to go with that. This one is also, I don't think this one's cut. No, this one isn't cut either. So that was kind of fun to find in some of Grandma's stuff. There was not a lot of fabric because Grandma's big fabric stash came to me when she moved out of her house in Louisiana and moved to Houston. And a lot of that was vintage double knit polyester, which probably not the best fabric to sew living in the South because it's really hot and doesn't breathe. But I have a bunch of it. I have used some of it in some other videos. I made a like beach cover up out of this polyester terry with pink lions on it. I'll put the link in the description below the video if you want to go check that out. It's really too warm to wear in Texas for the summertime, but I was thinking that, if we went up to the East Coast to visit Dan's family, or if we went up to Maine one summer, it would be perfectly acceptable for a, 80-degree kind of summer beach with really cold water, because then it would, keep you warm and insulated with the poly terry that it has going on. But enough about that. So I did find a few fabrics. This is a kind of fun, like really graphic, slightly kind of, I don't know, mixed up tribal maybe, fabric that I found. I can't tell if it's a high quality cotton or if maybe it's a cotton rayon blend. It's kind of soft. It has a really nice drape and hand to it. So I think Grandma bought these. I vaguely remember her buying this to make some pants. So maybe I'll make her some pants with this. I did rescue it. The thing that I was looking for, though, when I was going through all the fabric related boxes and bins, was this fabric that I found. That we went to high fashion when I was in law school. And I remember her buying this silk crepe fabric that in my head reminded me of like a Salvador Dali painting. And we both totally fell in love with it. And I remember thinking it was really expensive at the time, but I think it was like $14 or $15 a yard. But keep in mind, this is back in like, if I was in law school, it was like around 2002, 2001, 2002, because it might have been before I started law school. But I'd moved back. I was living with Grandma. And it was one of those things where we just totally loved it. But I was like, oh, that's too much money for me to spend. And it could have been a little bit more. The receipt is not in the bag, so I don't know exactly how much it was. Maybe it was $17 a yard. I just remember thinking it was really expensive. Whereas now in hindsight, it really wasn't that expensive, but in the 90s it was. So I was super excited when I found it in the high fashion bag, but no receipt, unfortunately. So their old bags used to be pink, and it has like, it's kind of funny because it has like the map and it has like all the different fabrics and it has a phone number without the area code, because that's back when Houston only had one area code, so that was a long time ago. But the fabric was inside. And it's still in really good condition. It's kind of like Italian Salvador Dali, now that I look at it, with like hats and fences and open windows and clocks. I mean, you can see how fantastic this fabric is. I wish you could feel it. It is this gorgeous crepe. It is super soft. You can see like how lightweight it is. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. I love the print of this fabric. It's got martini glasses, there's roses. It's just so crazy. And it is very close to these colors. It's a little bit dimmer. It's a little brighter in reality. And I was looking for this everywhere and I had no idea where Grandma had left it. And it was actually in the closet in her TV room in this plastic bin with a bunch of random stuff that wasn't fabric. So this was like the great find, because I didn't know what had happened to this fabric. And if it had been, if it had just disintegrated because it had been left out, or, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I needed to check and see how much was on here. I think it's about 3 yards. Let's see. She just bought it. She didn't really have a plan for it. And so, yeah, it's about 3 yards. I don't know. I might make a dress for Grandma. We might make a top for Grandma and a top for me. We'll see. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what to do with this incredible fabric. It's so fun. And I'm so happy I found it. The other really cool thing that I found that I did not know was even there, and my mom's actually the one who found it and was like, hey, you need to take this. We lived in Belgium back in the 80s. And so we moved to Belgium in January of 1982. So I was in second grade. So it was the second half of second grade. And Grandma and my grandfather came to visit that summer, which was the first summer we were in Belgium. And we went to Bruges, which is a lace making town. And Grandma apparently bought some lace from Belgium. And you can kind of see like the little ladies would sit out on chairs in front of the shops and actually make the lace. And if you've never seen lace made, it's it's really, really cool. They put in like pins and then they have like the little individual threads and they just kind of make this whole pattern, and it's just really cool. I'm sure you can Google it and find out. But there was actual Belgian lace in this sack that has probably been in this sack since the 80s. But look how beautiful this is. It's handmade. I don't know how much is on here. See, it even says genuine handmade lace. I haven't unwrapped it completely, but I was so excited to find this because it's so beautiful. And I don't even want to think about how much this would cost now. Back in the 80s, the dollar was really high when we were in Belgium. So it went really far. You could get a lot for $1. I remember when we'd get our dollar for a tooth from the Tooth Fairy, we could go buy like 2 comic books and like a really big chocolate bar. So a lot of bang for your buck. And this sort of thing now, I mean, I'm sure they still make it in Bruges because that's what they're known for, but I don't even want to think of how much this would cost at this point in time. So this was an amazing, amazing find. I do not know what I will do with this, but I was just happy to find it. So, you know, now that the house is all packed up, Grandma has gone to live with Mom. I'm sure she will be back for my birthday at the end of May. I'm going to have a birthday party, and lots of family's going to come, and it should be fun. But it's kind of like now it's time to regroup. I've spent the first quarter of the year being worried about Grandma, being afraid that she was going to die. And then once we realized, Minky's testing gravity back here. Once we realized she was going to pull through and make it, then it was really, okay, where is she going to live? How are we going to take care of her? What's the best solution? Which for now ended up being with my mom. But Mom lives out in the country in a really small town, and I don't know how long Grandma's going to like that because it's not quite as exciting as she's used to. And my sister and I are still here in Houston, and Grandma has friends here in Houston. So maybe she'll come back and visit for an extended stay, maybe for, 2 to 3 weeks. And then that is when we will make some more videos. And I'm excited about that and looking forward to it. But for now, yeah, I just wanted to bring you up to speed on what's been going on in my life. I hope your March has not been quite so crazy. April is going to start off with a week of sewing fun and learning the Palmer and Pletch system. I'm very excited about that. Part of it is going to be, just learning the system. I have a bunch of patterns I'm going to take with me. And then we're going to actually cut fabric and do like a fabric fitting once we've adjusted the patterns. So I'm excited about that too. I'm not sure which fabric I'm going to take. I was thinking that I should take whatever I want to wear for Easter because Dan and I are going to see his family in New Jersey. And so I'd like to have a new dress to wear for that. And the easiest way to do that is going to be having it mostly done during this workshop. And then that way I just have to come back and sew it up and I'll be good to go. With the trip to Easter, I did tell him that I want to go to New York City, which is just across the river from his sister's place, and go shopping at Mood because I'm looking for some fun sequin fabric to make a dress out of. And then I also was going to go to this really cool Notion shop that his sister recommended where they have like silk thread. I mean, that sounds so extravagant, but wouldn't it be cool to sew with silk thread and sew some of the gorgeous silk fabric that I bought at High Fashion? That was my idea anyway. So we'll see how that all pans out. But hopefully those will be some new and fun videos coming in April. We do have the sew along coming. Let me grab the pattern. It's back here. So this is going to be the pattern we're going to do for the first sew along. Hopefully, if not in April, definitely by May. And it has princess seams. It has, what else does it have? It has a drop waistline seam, which is something I like because I hate stuff at my natural waist. And this is a very good pattern to like fit. It does have cup size adjustments for the bust and princess seams. So coming up next weekend is going to be the secret to princess seams, and I'm sure you'll love it. It's a nice little short video, And I just finished it today, but we're doing this video this week, and so the other video will come out the first weekend of April, and then I'll be sharing fun tips of things that I have learned in the Palmer and Pletch fitting, plus kind of a, hey, you should try this out if there's one near you, because it's a lot of fun. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited, and I've got some more prep work to kind of do to get ready, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to make a couple of dresses, but you never know. I may pull them out. I may grab my Throwdown McCall's boxy dress pattern and whip out a couple of dresses real quick tomorrow, or Monday. We'll see how it goes. The house is full of a bunch of stuff we need to pack up that we, saved for Grandma, and then she can go through it once she comes back to visit. But that's a whole nother issue. And anyway, that's kind of what's been going on here. And I hope that, you're having a good month and looking forward to April and new and better things in Q2. So that's it for me. And stick around. There's another great video coming up next. I know you're going to love it. I'll see you over there.